Shabbat Shalom, y'all. It's your boy, FRZ, Big Friezo, or the government, Frank. And I hope y'all having a good Shabbat right now, but I have a little story I wanted to tell you. It's like my testimony to the Most High. So back in 96, I was homeless back when I was living in Baltimore. And my girl was living in Michigan at the time. So I knew a couple people who, this one dude I knew who, he had a house. It's a street called Poplar Grove. So, my mind at this time, I'm homeless. So I'm thinking, I got to get out of this situation. But I'm just going to share with y'all how the Most High works. I ended up staying with this guy in his place. It wasn't great by any means. It was abject squalor, truthfully. And my man he had mice, roaches, and if you ever come from that background, you know what's up. So yeah, as the story goes, my girl was still living in Detroit, and she came to stay with me for a few months. So while she was with me, I mean, of course, she's scared out of her life. You got all these critters crawling around. I mean, she even called one of them Chewy. So this guy that I was staying with, my man, he was pretty, not all in his right state. And I will find out later. Excuse me, my voice. So the chick standing next to him, they ended up hooking up. Now, mind you, I'm renting a room from this guy, and it is by far any of the greatest conditions I wouldn't wish on anybody. So I'm staying there. My lady comes to live with me for a while. She stays about 3 or 4 months. And while we're there, every day I'm hitting the beat out, going to get a job, trying to look for work. I actually worked at this place called My Cleaning Service. It was like a janitorial company, and I was cleaning bathrooms. You got to work with these people and stuff in their buildings. Actually, we worked at a building that was contracted to the guy who owns the Baltimore Orioles. His name was Peter Angelos. So we working there, and every day I would do my thing and go home and stuff. But in my mind, I'm like, I gotta hit the pavement because I gotta find a crib for me and her. So I ended up finding this little spot on Calvert Street. At the time, they was just renting out efficiencies around that area. And I found a little something. It wasn't all that great, but I was thankful to find it. But here's the thing. This is my testimony to the Most High, how I know that He delivered me, because the rest of this story will probably just like leave you shaking your head. So everything was, the wheels were starting to turn, and I'm back home at that place in Poplar Grove. And one night, I'm just laying in the bed. By this time, by the way, my lady had already went back to Michigan, and we pretty much had already cemented that we was going to try to start a new life living in Baltimore for a while. So I'm laying in the bed, and it's like damn near 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, or close to it, and something came to my mind and said to me, "Get up, take her stuff, and get your stuff, and go down to the new place." So I'm laying in the bed like, what? In my mind, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, what the hell is this all about? So I gave it a little more thought, and I ended up getting my shit together. I got her stuff together, and mind you, I got my stuff together, and I was going to make my way down to this place, which would have ended up, I would have to catch a bus. Now, mind you, it's close to 3 o'clock, so the buses pretty much they've stopped running in Baltimore around this time, so I don't know why I heard this voice. I truly believe it was the angel of the Most High telling me to do this. So I got my stuff together. I made my way to the bus stop. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why am I doing this? So I ended up going to the bus stop. Mind you, there's no bus in sight. You might as well chalk it up as an L, because it's close to 3 o'clock, and I know in some of y'all cities the buses stop running publicly after a certain time that early in the morning. So I'm sitting there like, what am I going to do? I don't even know how I'm going to make it down. Again, the Most High has a way of making a way out of no way. And I just wanted to share this with you. I'm on the bus stop. I'm staring up at the stars, man. It was a beautiful night. There was so many stars in the sky. And I'm wondering, like, how could I get out of here? How am I going to be able to? And I'm asking, I guess I'm asking the Creator, hey, how am I going to get to this new place when there's no buses coming? I'll have to wait for a whole another 6 or 7 hours to do this. Now also keep in mind that usually I don't get up till about noon. So if I'm going to make any moves, it doesn't happen till about noon. So I'm on this bus. And while I'm on this bus, right? Actually, I'm on this bus stop. The bus still hasn't come yet. We have this thing in Baltimore. You can ask anybody who know about this. There's these people called hacks, and you just put your hands out, and people will give you a ride. You know what I'm saying? We call them hacks. So I'm in Bmore, right? Baltimore for short. And I'm on this bus stop, and there's no buses coming. And I'm sort of distressed because I don't know how I'm going to get down to the new place. Like I said, I'm looking at the stars in the sky, and out of the blue, this guy pulls up, and he asks me, "You need a hack?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I was waiting for the bus, and I don't even have no money." The brother offered me a ride for no charge at all. I truly believe, later on that the Most High had sent him. So he gave me a ride, and we went down to the new place. And mind you, I didn't have a dime to my name to pay this man, but yet he still ended up giving me a lift. So I get to the new place. I'm drinking tea and orange juice. I'm sorry. You have to forgive me, my throat. Since I had the stroke, I had a trach put in because I used to smoke so much ganja and it was mad tar building up. But anyway, so the guy drops me off at the crib, my new crib. It's an efficiency, and if you know what an efficiency is, it's basically one solid room, one big wide room, and it had like a little kitchen in it and a bathroom in it. I mean, it wasn't great, but I was grateful. It had one little couch there, so mind you, I got my stuff, her stuff. I got little trees, and I'm sitting there on this couch, and I decide I smoke a little bit, and then I said, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna go ahead and crash for the night. Mind you, it's still like close to about 3 or 3:30 in the morning. So usually when I wake up, I pretty much, it's like sometimes it could be about 12 when I'm at the old place, but this time I got it was about 10 or 10:30 in the morning. And so I said to myself, let me gather her stuff and my stuff. Well, let me just get my stuff together to go back to the new place to get any more stuff that I needed. Well, I caught the bus all the way back uptown, and I stopped by this little store, and I'm playing video games for a minute because I'm a geek, so I'm into the Street Fighter. I'm a nerd. I have a PlayStation 4. I'm a video game head, so I was going through that kind of phase. So I went to the store, play a little Street Fighter. After that, I was gonna make my way to the crib, to the old crib, right? Now, mind you, it's probably around 11:30, and I usually would get up around about noon before I make any moves, as I told you earlier. So I walk a couple of blocks, and then I see this hose. It look like a hose attached to one of those fire hydrants. And usually, when you see that, it's some sort of emergency. So, I didn't think nothing of it at the time. And I get to my block, and I'm walking down the street, and I see all these fire trucks and shit around my old crib. I get there, and the old place that I was living was on fire. And this was like almost around 12 p.m. About the same time I would awaken. And so this is why I say all praises to the Most High, because I know He has brought me through some of the most tumultuous times in my life. And all praises are due. When I think back so many years later, when I think back on that unfaithful day, I would have still been laying in that bed. That house would have been burning with me in it. I might not have been here to tell you the story. But yet the Most High came to me overnight told me to pack my shit and go head down to the new place. When I couldn't find a ride, he brought a ride for me. I make it all the way down, get my stuff together, come all the way back up, only to find that the house that I was living in was burnt down. And the guy who I was staying with, he was a lemon. Come to find out, he was a cokehead, and the girl next to him that he kind of had the hots for, she was a crackhead. So you kind of already know how this story ends. There was not a day that they weren't fussing and fighting with each other. And something happened, and I think those two were responsible. The crib had burnt down, and when I got to the house, they was throwing out all of my clothes. You know, when they put the fire out, the next thing they do is go through and they throw all the shit out. So I had bought a brand new leather jacket, all my CDs that I keep over here. You know, they got the smoldering, the little, I forgot the word, for the fire, when the smoke, they didn't burn, but they pretty much got, the fire caused some damage, where the CDs still have some of the smoke stains on them. And, it was kind of messed up, man. I could have died that night. And mind you, this is back in 1996. This is how I feel like I'm blessed, man. So, I said all that to say, I've had different times in my life where I'm really, it really depresses me, but I think about how the Most High has had my back and brought me through, like, so much stuff, man. And I'm so grateful for that. And, this is just one little testament to all of my ox and akwas out there. Just to let you know, because I'm quite sure that you've had your run-in. And, my current issue right now is that I had a stroke back in 2019, the day before my birthday. And again, the Most High brought me through this. My face was droopy. And I showed y'all the pictures where I had locks before, but they took a chunk of my scalp out so that the swelling of my brain could go down. I was hospitalized for 62 days. And, I could have died. But yet, the Most High has brought me out of this Sheol, man. And my lady was there. She was very upset. She crying. And so she grabbed my hand, because they was about to leave. And I squeezed her hand. And she felt it. And she started crying even more because I truly believe that was the Most High letting her know that He was going to bring me back. I even wrote a song called Bring Me Back. It's not really relative to the events that happened that day, but it goes back some years ago about how hip-hop always bring me back to, when I was homeless, I would hit the shelters and, I would be rhyming with my boys. I'd be rhyming with my homies and stuff like that. And, so yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. On this Shabbat, man. I don't do too much of anything. I'm always hitting y'all up through Messenger just to wish y'all a happy Shabbat and that Y'all have a blissful day. And this day is no different. I've been just kind of mulling it over for a while. Like, you know, I wanted to share this with y'all, but I didn't know when would be the right time. Some days I just wake up so depressed. I see how my arm is kind of like deformed, but I just started my therapy last week, and I'll be honest with you. Seeing some of them people, man, some of the people with their deformities, man. Then I look at my arm, and I just see like, man, things could have been a whole lot worse for me. I seen a guy whose arm was twisted up, and you have nothing else but to be grateful. So I just want to share that with y'all, man. Big up to my aunt Francisco Perez, Moses Bones, all y'all who I've learned a lot from. My aunt Sky Beasley, big up to you, King. Flat Earth Geo, all of y'all. I'm trying to remember y'all by name. The Empress Samantha Sims. I just wanted to shout y'all out, man. Because little do y'all know, y'all are inspiration to me. I look at y'all pics, I read y'all posts, and I just take a lot of y'all knowledge with me because I believe it makes me stronger. Some days I'm depressed, very depressed. But I'm learning how to speak with the Most High and learning how to cope with my surroundings. And I figure everything happens on the Most High's time. I forgot what scripture that is. But everything happens on highest time, man. So I'm always blessed and always grateful. And I wanted to shout all y'all out. And I wanted to say Shabbat Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, Yasharala Kwam, Ahab to y'all. It's your boy FRZ. My nickname is Big Freezy because back when I used to work here at Whole Foods, I was a frozen buyer. And my nickname, they called me, was Big Freezy because I used to be wearing these double layered coats and I'm stocking groceries and stuff like that. So they dubbed me Big Freezy, or FRZ for short. And that's it, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm out. May the Most High watch over y'all, keep y'all, bless y'all family, and Shalom, Wa Baraka, mispacha.